Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. It is the Start 11 prediction show. It's Norwich, it's Liverpool, and today, after the winter break, we are sponsored by the Football Index. Now, if you do not know what the Football Index is, essentially, it's a stock market for football players where you can earn yourself some cash. There's an explainer video in the description. Click that. That will explain exactly what the Football Index is. Anyway, they've challenged Paul Machin and they've been kind enough to give him £1,000 to build his portfolio of football players. And anything that he makes, it's going to charity, a charity of Redmen TV's choice. So big thank you to Football Index for that. If you want to get involved, do click that link in the description. It will explain exactly what you've got to do. But as I say, thank you to Football Index for sponsoring this show today. But I am here, of course, to talk about the starting 11 for Norwich. And for the first time in what seems like an absolute age, Liverpool have almost got an entire squad to pick from. I mean, Larouci may be out, Nathaniel Klein will be out, but other than that, there's a chance that Shaqiri could start, there's a chance that Mane could start, and so we've got a couple of questions today. And the questions for me are all around the midfield, and we'll get to that later, and maybe whether Mane starts in that left wing position, as we've seen him for so long dominate in both Premier League and Europe now. And is it going to be Sadio Mane comes back in, gets some minutes in his legs, or do you save him for Atletico Madrid in the Champions League on Tuesday? So without further ado, I am going to start. We've got both goalkeepers to pick from, but I think it's blindingly obvious, even to me, that Alisson is the one that is going to start in nets. Left back, dead easy. I think we know where the fullbacks are going to be and who they're going to be. It's going to be Andy Robertson. Virgil van Dijk will play centre-half. And then you've got a question, is it going to be Degsy Lovren? Is it going to be Joe Gomez? Or is it going to be Joel Matip? Well, my money is on Joe Gomez. And then finally, as I mentioned already, you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold there. That seems to be the settled back five at the moment. We've not conceded hardly any goals since Joe Gomez came back in, certainly in the Premier League. Then it's the midfield. Do you go with someone like, or a midfield three of Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Henderson, or do you go and try and get Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in there if you're going to start Sadio Mane in this position up here? I am going to go with tried and trusted Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum and Jordan Henderson, a lad who is now being talked up as Premier League Footballer of the Year. Voting closes soon, I'm sure it does, and right now he seems to be the bookies' favourite. He's been outstanding, whether it be that 6, whether it be that 8, it doesn't matter. He's played at a level that we expect of a Liverpool captain. And you know what? I'm going to go Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, plays that left wing. We saw last time out, he played that position really, really well. So I'm going to go, let's not rush Sadio Mane back. Let's save him for Madrid. Get him 20 minutes maybe towards the end of the game if we're in a position where we can do that. Then Mo Salah to start in his normal position and Roberto Firmino. I mean, the lad is just unbelievable and he is 100% starting for me in this game. So we've got the substitutes before we get into your comments. Let me know whether you'd like to see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in the middle, whether you throw Sadio Mane there, or any other variations to this starting 11 that you'd like to see. And we'll put them on the board and we'll talk about them. The substitutes, Adrian. And this is a bloody strong bench, I'm going to tell you that for free. Joe Matip, Degsy Lovren, Jimmy Milner, who is in line to come back, Naby Keita, Minamino, and Sadio Mane. Now look at that for a bench, man. There's probably, I don't know, 10 million, 30 million, 20 million. It's tough to put a value on him. Priceless. But if someone was to buy him, 5 probably, 65, 50, 115. I know he was 7.5, but I'm going to go 40 at least. 155 and 100. There's £255 million worth of player on the bench there. Yes, look at that. That looks like a blooming strong squad to me now. And you know, when you're getting into the business end of the season, coming out of the first winter break in the Premier League, the lads obviously getting through in the Cup without actually playing a game. This really excites me. Atletico Madrid, we've got everyone hopefully to choose from. Fingers crossed nothing happens to any of the first teamers in this game. Fingers crossed we get the 3 points against Norwich as well. But Matt, we're going to get into some of the comments now. So we've got anyone that anyone wants to talk about?
Yeah, there's a lot on the front three, to be honest, a lot regarding Mane.
Yeah.
We've got Adam Davis to say, put Minamino in, let him get some minutes, rest Mane. We've got Benjamin saying, surely Origi or Shaqiri starts to make sure Mane and or Salah is fresh for Atletico.
I've not even put Origi on the bench, how sly am I? That's because we didn't have a picture for him and I just forgot all about Divock. I'm so sorry, mate, you're an absolute hero of mine. Okay, well, let's put Minamino on there and let's have a look at that. I like that. I always kind of thought he'd play sort of a 10 position, and I think if Liverpool do go for the 4-3-3, the left forward position is where you'd bring him in. And you're right, whoever it was, apologies, I forgot the name, who said it. You know, we probably do need to get him some minutes, but the great thing is about this side and the lead that we've got at the top of the Premier League table is we don't have to, do we, at the same time, because he could be one for next season, or is he going to score something in the Champions League? Is he going to be big in that? And who knows? But he's a great option off the bench. But I do like your thinking. But I think for me, personally, Ox has put in some great performances recently and he keeps getting goals as well. And I think he probably deserves to start, to be honest with you. And I know Mane deserves to start. I mean, that is fearsome, isn't it? I mean, that everyone knows about that front three. We all know what that front three is capable of. But then it's the midfield three if Mane's playing that left-hand side. Do you need to play him? Do you need to play him? Do you need to play him? And we know that Ox, was it Van Dijk, and someone else were on holiday together in Dubai, weren't they? Who was the other player that was with them? I've forgotten now. I mean, Ox has played brilliantly in that position as well, but you're not dropping Jordan Henderson. Can he play there? Probably. You're not dropping Gini Wijnaldum, which means you're dropping Fabinho, the best defensive midfielder in the world? Probably not. So, with Atletico in mind, I am going to stick with that, but I totally understand it. And Divock really should be on the bench there as well, shouldn't he? Maybe Lovren comes out, and maybe Divock goes into the bench to give us an out-and-out 9 as well. Have you got any more comments for us, Matt?
Yeah, I got a few variations on the midfield. Benjamin says he wants Fab, Ginny, Henderson. Tanny says Ox, Fabinho, Hendo. Connor says Ginny, Keita, Hendo. And then we've got a good shout here from Remy saying, is there any chance of Curtis Jones or even Kiravea coming in against Norwich?
No. Sorry. Maybe Curtis from the bench. Kiravea is an absolute no. He doesn't even get near the bench, not with James Milner back. And that's not because he's not played well when he's been given the opportunity. It's just because pecking order and that. But Naby Keita's an interesting one, isn't it? I think every Liverpool fan just wants Naby Keita to work, doesn't it? Don't they even? And I, for one, I'm certainly one of those fans. And, you know, for me, Naby's that left-hand side midfielder. And Ox should be the right-hand side midfielder. And I tell you what, you would not want to come up against that, would you? I mean, maybe if you're a player down, you would. But if you throw Mane in there, that is fearsome. But then, so's that. That's fearsome as well, isn't it? It's so tough. I really feel that he's just going to go with that. And partly because I think that's probably his best midfield three and the one that he trusts the most. But actually also because of the break, because you're coming back in, you want people who know the system without thinking about it. Now we know he knows that. He knows that. And we know those two have played together for so long in the eights now that they know everything and they know about Salah and they know about Firmino and they know about whoever's going to play left-hand side, whether it's Chamberlain or Sadio Mane. So I've got a feeling I've got that right. I'm not sure I've got this right because there's two ways of looking at it, isn't there, with Madrid on the horizon? Do you save Mane for Madrid? We know he's been back in training this week. We know he was training himself last week as well. Is he going to be fit? Jürgen tends to play him if he's available. So there's an opportunity there for Mane to get that start. But with Atletico Madrid, do you get minutes in his belt or do you save him? And again, I'm going to go with sort of meritocracy here. And I'm going to go Chamberlain's played well. And as such, he keeps his position. And Mane can maybe get 20 minutes at the end, which will hopefully prep him a little bit for Atletico Madrid. Let's go one more, Matt.
Yeah, a lot of people agreeing with you there, talking about Keita and that as well, saying throw Ox on the left and get Keita in the team. A lot of people want to see minutes. Emma says, think Naby should have a go. He's been brilliant in training. Yeah.
Oh, have you been watching training? Who's this, Emma? Do you work at the club? Tell me more, Emma.
Isaiah as well said it'd be great for Keita to get some minutes. The Musk says, Klopp feels comfortable playing Keita away from home rather than at home. I don't know if there's...
I've not really noticed that, to be honest. I might have a little look into that later. That's interesting.
We've got a more general one as well from Rizwan saying, due to game time, do you think Origi is going to leave in the summer? That might have been influenced by not having him on the board as well. People feel a bit bad for Divock there.
I feel bad for him, to be honest. I don't know where his picture card is. If your picture card's not here, you're not getting picked. It's your own fault, Divock. You should have come in to the Redmen studios and put your player card top of the pile. If you'd have got top of the pile, you might have taken Roberto Firmino's position. Divock's a really interesting one for me because I think he can do better than what he's doing at the moment. I say that with a pinch of salt, to be honest, because what he's done for Liverpool over the last couple of years is absolutely superb. And you need players in your squad who can step in and perform well. But I think, I don't know whether he's going to win a few trophies with us and then go, I want to be a first teamer. And if he does want to do that, then I'm sound with that because he's put the hard yards in for Liverpool and he's not upset the apple cart and he's played a role and a big role in some big games, maybe the biggest game in Liverpool's history last year in the Barcelona game. So although you don't want to see him go, you could understand if he wanted to leave for first team football. And he's good enough to be a striker for probably a first teamer. 17 out of the 20 Premier League sides? Maybe 80? Who knows? And maybe you want to go back and maybe you want to try his hand abroad somewhere. But if he goes, you need to replace him. That's the big thing, isn't it? And you know the rumours are rife of Timo Werner for 50 million quid and Sancho's being touted. And if you get those two players in, oh, where's Divock's game time? But really, who's asked? Because Sancho and Werner, I don't know, man. It's a tough one. That is my starting 11 anyway. Leave me yours if you're watching after the fact in the comments section. I'll be in there after the video goes live later on this afternoon. The video will go live before that. I'll dive back into the comments and reply to some of them later on in the afternoon. We've obviously got the build-up show. So check out the Football Index segment on the build-up show to see how Paul's portfolio is going on, see how much he's going to make for a charity of our choosing. It'll be one close to our hearts. And big thank you to Football Index again for sponsoring the show. Click that link in the description. Go and watch the explainer video and see if it's something that you want to get involved with. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.